gotta go do a deck garden tour. See what's going on. Things have changed in a week, huh? Okay, let's go see what's going on the deck. Here's the deck. You know what? It hasn't even been a week. Oh, and they're saying, look, come see the deck. Hi, everybody. It's Robbie from Southern California. Kind of just wanted to show you that there is a slow process going on. Still have a lot of stuff around, but I'm using that. That's why I'm leaving it there. And the deck is coming along. So here, I've got it on an old dish, what do you call it? A dishwasher. Kitty wants to come see. And this way, you don't have the pot sitting directly on the wood. Wood, soil, earthworms, and microbes don't get along. So that worked out really good. So I'm going to leave that for now. I had that old bed frame that Gary found from, it's kind of a bed frame from, it's plastic. And I'm going to leave that there, and I can put some more plants here. Gary really doesn't want anything on the rail right now, because if it falls, it could fall on his head. And I don't blame him. But here, if it falls, it's going to fall onto the deck. And I could anchor him, but we'll do that later, because a lot of this stuff has to be replanted. Some of the flowers that Gary wanted, they're going to die back for the winter and then come back later. All in all, everything's good here. And here, I'm glad I kept the stand, because I actually still put clothes on there to dry. Don't I, Kitty? And even your blankets. My goodness, it's loud. Even the blankets get hung here. So, you know, I wash your blankets and hang it here. Get it sun-dried. I love it when it smells that good. And then if it doesn't dry completely, I throw it in the dryer. She is going to follow me everywhere. I haven't made any more containers yet, but I'm going to work on it. Going to show you how I'm going to make a 3-tier, which is going to be fabulous. And think about the containers that you want to set up and what you want to do with them. This one, yeah, that's a Halloween container. You can just turn it around, not see the face. That's wide enough to put a basket on. Those baskets you get at any dollar store. I've seen them all over, different dollar stores. And that actually works really, really well. You don't have to trim the basket or anything on the top. It fits. On these, I've showed you in the past, I've had to trim the bottom, and then I can put them on top, and that will keep birds and critters out of your plants. And I use that in the garden as well. This has worked out really good. See what I've done here? I put the stakes in, and now I'm winding very slowly as I need it, yarn around, just around, and the beans are going to grow up. She's been looking at this because she sees me look at the beans, but I know there's beans there. I just saw them. They're probably on the other side. Same thing here. And the reason I really like these is, look at this. You can zip tie. Just take, a soldering iron, make a couple holes. Look at that right there. Make a couple holes right there, and then you put a zip tie in, and it will hold the pole really good. And then as the pole goes up, the 3 of them, they get wider, so you'll have more room to have even a tomato plant or a pepper plant or anything you want. But the beans are going up, and this one's pretty much ready for me to do another loop around. So you could just do it as you need it. Here is the tool that I was covering the bok choy in there. Now that the bok choy has gone to seed, what I have done is I made sure the top is open. So I let the bees come in, and there were bees in here all morning, and it works out really good. But nothing can get to my beans, because sometimes you get little critters up here that want your beans. They can't get in there. They did one night. I told you about that a while ago, but once I put the tool around it, I had actually closed the top as well. They did not get in. Let me show you, because I've been using this. I'm not having bowls and bowls of beans, but what I do is I take some chicken and maybe all kinds of greens from the garden and squash. We still do have squash. And then come in here and get handfuls of beans. There's beans there. They just keep growing. I keep picking them, and they keep growing. So I've got all kinds of beans in here. And of course, the bok choy is back there. It makes the greatest stir fry. A little bouillon, chicken, beef bouillon. Put a little cornstarch if you want in there. Serve it on rice, and it's really good. This tomato plant took off. Still in here. I haven't redone these yet. See, I'm working on it, but I took out everything else. The only thing I left in there is one purslane, and I'm going to take that out. But all the other tomato plants are removed. And by removing all the other tomato plants, see what I've done? I've given this one pot that I have not done anything, haven't refurbished it. I've given it now to just one tomato plant, and you will have much more luck when you have one plant. This is just some seeds coming from something else, but look at all the tomatoes in there. Isn't that something? I didn't expect this. I didn't plant it, but this is really fantastic. I've got the sow thistle. I was going to pick it, but the goldfinches keep coming constantly. Oh, look at the hummingbird. He's feeding on my hummingbird plant. Can you see him right there? Is that cool? They still have them at Home Depot. I was there the other day. They come all day on the deck and they feed on them, and I absolutely love it. So I want to get a lot of that up on the deck. I'll probably propagate some of that, do cuttings and stuff on that. But I've been leaving this for the goldfinches, the sow thistle, but I will be doing something special with that plant. And not the plant, the planter. And that's basically it. Here, everything is the same. I'm trying to figure out here what I'm going to change and what I'm going to do here. Let me show you something in here. Let me try to get over here. This is dill. We should not be growing dill this time of the year, but this is protected. So the dill is coming in here, and it's protected from a draft. Keep that in mind. And by protecting it from a draft, you can get some things to grow now that you normally wouldn't be able to grow at this time of the year. Here I'm going to redo all these. This is a papalo that went to seed. It's gone. We have a little bit growing here. This one's still alive. It hasn't popped open yet. So this is what it looks like when it pops open. If you pick them like this, it's too early. You have no seeds left. They won't be right. They won't grow. So you leave them, and then they'll dry out, and they'll pop open. And this is papalo seed, which I'll have papalos probably growing everywhere. This is my oregano, doing fantastic. Another tomato plant just came up. And then, of course, the stuff on the bottom, you've seen it all the time. Some green Swiss chard. Again, this is sow thistle for the birds. That's mint. This is just a tomato plant. That really has to go when I get to that. Garlic chives. This I have to redo. So little by little I'm getting to it. This is lettuce seed, and I have birds coming to this all morning. I've even had, I don't know what they were doing, but I had a mockingbird in here this morning. See, more sow thistle, and this is what the goldfinches eat. See the fuzz? That's exactly what they're eating. They're coming to get the seeds. We could eat the greens too. I sometimes put that in my green drink. And still have peppers. This one's a little dry. I got to get this off. Look at that. Green peppers. It keeps flowering and keeps throwing peppers. And then here, we'll get to this. I am making a project for the deck that anybody can do. Basically, we're going to make an upside down planter. These things that everybody seems to like that now I saw once for $150. It's ridiculous. We're going to make it for probably about 10 bucks. Now, this is the container you saw last week that, well, I emptied the whole front of it, and I planted a lot of plants around here using the soil in there that I created and made. Okay, Mother Nature made it, I know. But anyways, that's what I took out of here last week. So now I've got all these plants growing. Well, I refilled it. I just sat this in here. You know how I layer. Put a couple walking onions in here that I had. I've got more walking onions over there. I'm collecting them and putting them in bowls. And now this is ready to go. This will help the sage, the tricolored sage. It will help the garlic chive because it's going to have more room to spread its roots and continue to grow. This is zinnias. I did not think they were going to grow this time of the year. We're going to have rain and cold. There are some tomato plants popping through, and I was going to pull them out. But if the zinnias die back, the tomato plants may take over. So that could be a really, really good thing. And then we've got here the cabbage. That was the very first cabbage I planted. And lettuce, and I've been picking the outer leaves as I need it. This is the same green beans you just saw. I know I saw green beans on here. Oh, there they are. See? I've got green beans in there. And then these are just new things I started to plant, some of them. This is a hummingbird tree, which I will plant outside. I think you saw that last week. I'll do that in the garden later on in the year, spring, you know, early or late spring. More cabbage plants. These are just the plants I picked up from Home Depot. What I absolutely love about this, let me back up for a minute. With the zinnias that are here, she's very interested, is I can make sure I get them in the sun. See how there's shade and sun? Zinnias need sun. One hand, I can find the right place for the most sun. It's that easy, that light, and nothing has tipped it over. Once you have something planted in there, it is so easy to pick up and move around. And I've been moving my plants around as they need either sun or shade or shelter against the glass there. And that's why some of them are doing better. Some of them up in the cold air coming up the canyon didn't look like they were doing that good, but by moving them and having them set up where they can be moved, that has been really, really good. I'll show you this really quick. This is some elephant garlic that we just got from Walmart. They looked dry. I didn't think they were any good, so I broke them apart. Some of them were in threes, and I guess they are. So he doesn't have time to plant them right now. We have so many projects we're working on. So I took them, I put a little water in here, and they're rooting really, really good, and I'll get them planted until he's ready. Then I had some more garlic. I did not get it out quick enough, also from the grocery store. I don't know if that will make it, so I've got that going just temporarily. Here's my walking onions. Great method of collecting them and holding on to them, and it works. So if you've got walking onions, let me know, and I'll get a video on how I'm saving a lot of walking onions, because you can't store them, but I have been able to store them that way for, I'm going to say, a couple months now. And that's basically it. I think it's coming along quite well. It's going to look really good as I go. It's only been a week, and I'm really, really happy with it. And I think about things that I want to do and what I want to work with. Like here, this is my sink that we set up. It drains out through the bottom so I can catch the water. See? The water will go in there. I can put some leaves in there and make compost tea. But if I put too many things on there, because I put this tote lid on there like a table, well, then it's going to be work to move. But by using an old refrigerator, drawer that Gary found, I can put everything in there. I'm in the process of rooting some plants and making some cuttings. That's another hummingbird plant. I can just lift that, sit this on the table when I'm not painting, and then I can quickly use the sink and then put everything back. If I had all this loose, just these little things that, help life out a little bit to make it easier, then I'd have to move all these containers. I'd have, 6 containers to lift and move. But in the meantime, I only have one, and this doesn't need to be here. And of course, feeding hummingbirds all day. And we've got a storm moving in. You can kind of feel it starting. We're supposed to have 2 pretty big storms. I know you want broccoli. I'll get you broccoli in a minute. All in all, like I said, I haven't done anything here. I have covered, some plants here, but that's no big deal. What I have covered, I'll show you. My stevia next door, which is in the sun, is dying back. But look at this. This is my stevia here. Not only is it flowering, but it's growing beautiful green leaves, all because I took a tote lid, attached the tote lid to the 4 stakes, and it's in full shade. And that's the way it wants to be. So that works out really good because Gary comes out here and he adds that to his tea that he makes. So that I'm going to have to keep in mind, that stevia during the late fall wants full shade. Now I don't know what's going to happen in the winter, but being that it's still doing so good, let's see if I can get you in here. It's doing so good that I'm just going to leave it. See what else is there that I haven't talked about? I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I haven't put anything away because I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using a lot of these things here. So I figured just kind of move them to the side, keep going, and then eventually what my goal is to have a lot of different setups here. Not just in these containers I'm making, which I absolutely love, and I'm going to be using in my regular garden outside, not just on the deck. And I think Gary will be using some too. But other ways to set up planters if you're working on a deck. We're going to use this table that you can pick up like for 10 bucks. You'll see what I'm going to do with that. You're going to be able to take things that you find in the trash or buy real cheap. You'll be able to set up ways that you can plant in the spring on a deck or a patio that will cost you next to nothing, and you won't have to spend hundreds of dollars for raised beds. Remember, this thing that I've got here in the middle, I'm leaving it because Gary found it in the trash. I don't even know what it is. It holds something, and he just put it here on the deck, and it's been holding my totes all these years. We're going to do something different with this. I think I'm going to put a 2 system in here. Then with the 2 system, it will feed everything on the deck. The rest of them, I'm just going to go through and decide what I'm going to change out. Like there's nothing here, so I definitely will be planting here. Now that the tomato took off, I'm going to leave this tomato plant because it is doing fantastic in the winter. And I'm going to get rid of the purslane, which is almost done. It's going to come back in the spring. Probably get something else in here. I've got a parsley growing here, but get something else growing in here. Here I'm going to let it do its thing and let the beans, and I've got garlic in there too. This is all regular garlic growing. So I'll have garlic later on. That's mint. I might cater to that. I might give it a little more shelter to see if I can keep the mint, because I think it needs shelter as well. Keep that going all winter because mint normally dies out, sometimes completely. This broccoli plant's doing okay. It needs a good trimming. The other one is not. So I can either take that one out and just stick it in the ground in my garden and get something else in there and then cater to the mint. That's probably it. I can't think of anything else except she wants broccoli. And she's been eating broccoli. I've been out here. Here's broccoli. Here is broccoli. Oh my goodness. There it is. That's what she wants. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the stuff that's coming along. I'm quite happy with it. And I think there'll be a whole lot of food growing on this deck. Even now, there's nothing greater than coming out and grabbing onions, garlic chives. There's celery somewhere around here. I've got a few carrots left back there. Grabbing tomatoes and just quickly doing something like that in a stir fry or whatever I'm eating, as well as pizza because I have peppers and oregano and all kinds of things like that growing here. And so I can just step out on my deck, grab what I need quickly, some bok choy, and continue to make dinner. And that's what's really nice. And you know what? Last night, she saw, kind of was up at 1 in the morning, came out, grabbed some mint, and made myself a mint tea. So with that, have a wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. Can you say bye, Kitty? She says, I just want more broccoli. You're so funny.